Okay, first thing I want to say, D-line, number one thing, guys, a little story here. My daughter's not here. She usually comes. She was here last year. She's in a cast right now. Slid into home a week ago, broke 2 bones in her foot, scored, but here's why I'm telling you this. They never practiced sliding one time before she slid in. She's young. So my point to you guys is this. I know that things happen. I've been in the sports world for a long time, obviously. If I was a parent who didn't understand sports and got emotional and sought a lawyer, I think there's a lawsuit there. So my point to you is this. Is the first time you're going to have your kids tackle someone, is it going to be full speed? I don't think that's real smart. So my message to you guys is this. Practice slow, practice right before you ever do anything full speed. She slid into home, never practiced sliding at all. It's the first year that they're allowed to slide. Boom, broken bones, okay? So do the right things for your kids, all right? My name's Rick Heckman. This is Glenbard West. These are our dogs. This is the defensive line guys right here. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to get a lot of kids reps without having to do, kids standing in a big long line. That's a waste of their time. They're not going to get better. You want to get lots of reps. Long lines with one kid going is not real good. Okay, you want to have the best ratio of kids working as possible. So early on in the summer, even with experienced people, we'll do what I call the line drill. They line up on a line. We always use lines because we want to know who's winning the line, who's losing the line, if they're gaining ground or whatever. So right now we'll make these guys the defense, okay? And what I would do is we have 2 different positions basically. We have a shade position, which is like an end, and we also have a nose guard kind of head up over the center. So Joe is our nose guard next year. All right, so Joe's going to line up straight over this guy, and if I had more nose guards, I'd have an offensive guy there and a nose guard, an offensive guy and a nose guard, all right? Then what I do over here is, and they're all working at the same time so that we don't waste time. These guys are my defensive ends from this point down. So they're shading, they're outside shading. We could talk about those things later. I really want to show you drills, not really so much philosophy, where we line up and things like that. My email, I teach at Glenbard West. It's real easy to find me. I'm more than willing to talk to you guys forever about those things. But to get moving forward, we're going to shade outside. So everybody right now knows on my in this line, okay, send it outwards if I'm working with sophomores and whatever. Everybody knows this is where the ball is. The ball is right here. The ball's over here. So we're on an outside shade over here, okay? All right, so now what we're gonna do is my guys learn hand signals, okay? It's almost like a different language, or, like a language, like sign language. All right, they know that this means base, all right? Since the ball's over here, this means down block, okay? So that guy right there would be trying to climb up and block a linebacker. He's ignoring that guy. He's running up here to try to block a linebacker, okay? This is, since the ball is over here, this is a reach block, okay, or a hook. Sometimes you call it a hook. So this guy is trying to get outside and pin him, okay, and block the guy here, but the guy has an outside shade, so he's got to use good footwork to get there. Obviously pass, okay, and pass, let him go means it's some kind of screen or draw, where they're baiting you up the field. We do these things all the time. I never want to run a drill that's a screen drill unless I'm trying to teach it, but then I incorporate it into everything else because that's football. You don't know when they're going to run a screen. If you do, then you're obviously going to be real successful. You don't know when they're going to run a draw. You don't know if they're going to run a down block or a base block or reach. So don't just run the same thing over and over. Once they get good, mix it up on them all the time, okay? Hard count all the time so that they don't jump off sides. All right, so here we go. This is what we're going to do, and this is half speed, guys. Nobody gets hurt today. Rule number 1, okay? Rule number 1, base block. I'm going to even tell the defense right now, early on in the summer, base block is coming at you, so they can think about it before it happens. Half speed base block on this. Blackie, single. We want to win the line. We want to have inside hands, okay? And so Joe being a nose guard, we play a zero technique. He's responsible if that guy comes out at him. He's responsible for both A gaps, okay? So he's a 2-gapper, all right? We can talk more about that in a little bit. Right here, Nate Orison, okay, is a shade. So his inside hand punches the guy in the sternum, and then he gets his other arm in the armpit, his other hand in the armpit, okay? And we want to control half that man, the outside half. Okay? All right, next one, we're gonna go down block. Now with nose guards, centers don't really down block. They can snap the ball and they can avoid and try to block someone else. Okay? But for us, what we're gonna say is we're gonna make this always a reach block. So he's gonna snap and he's gonna reach. Try to pin Joe. Joe's not gonna let it happen. Now Joe becomes a one-gap defensive lineman. He's a one-gapper on the snap of the ball. And unless it's a base block straight ahead, Joe's not a two-gap player anymore. As soon as he reads the helmet of this guy coming this way, he's responsible for the plus A gap. The A gap to the side of the head movement, okay? That's how we play that. Some people continue, Pittsburgh Steelers, where I'm from, best team in the world, okay? They play a true two-gap, okay? It's two-gap all day long. So as that guy is working this way, he's staying square, and he still has to come back and play the backside A gap. All right, we don't do that. One of our backers, is going to play the backside A gap once the ball's snapped. Okay, so we're going to go down block. So again, all nose guards know that it's a hook for them, but I'm telling this guy right here, Declan's trying to come down here and block me. Okay, so it's down block. Yeah, you're going to reach it. Okay, it's down block on one. Black 8. Black 8. Set go. Okay, Nate's going to squeeze him down. Nate's not going to let him come straight up to me. Okay, this guy, if he's coached by anybody good, this guy's told to dip and rip and try to stay on a railroad track. Straight lines are short distances, right? Okay, he wants to stay on that line. We didn't let that happen. We're going to do that again. We're going to ride him down. So again, remember, there's maybe 15 kids. There's more nose guards over here doing this. There's 10 more defensive ends over here doing this. So you can have everybody partner up, and half of them are getting reps. 50-50, that's pretty good. That's better than one kid getting the rep and 17 kids in a line. Does that make sense? Okay? That's how you get good. You get good by repping and repping and repping. Okay, we're going to do that one again. I want you to really focus on this guy now. Okay? This is going to be, we call that a squeeze. When this guy wants to go down inside and try to block down on his buddy or up on a linebacker, we're going to ride him down. Okay, we're going to ride him down about 3 steps, 2-3 steps. And then we're going to be always looking inside for a kick out from a fullback or a pulling backside guard. Okay, here we go. On one, down block. And again, early on, I don't care that the defense knows. Eventually, they're not going to hear anything. It's going to be hand signals, right? Okay, black 8. Black 8. Single. Squeezing them down, square shoulders, looking inside. That's great football right there. We never get trapped. I went to Downers North. We still know those coaches. We're still good friends with them. When we see them at clinics, their coaches say, we don't even try to trap you guys anymore. We haven't been able to trap you for 4 years, 5 years. We don't even do it. We just throw that play out when we play. That's when you know you're successful. It's because of these guys. It's because of these guys. Okay, next one is a reach. Okay? It's a reach this way. Everybody right now knows that the ball is over here. So these are outside shaders. Okay, these are the defensive ends. Those are the nose guards. All right? So it's a reach block, okay? And it's on 2. It's on 2. Black 8. Black 8. Single. Okay? Joe becomes an A-gap player to the play side, plus A-gap. He was a 0. Come on back. He was head up on the center. Hollinsby, all right? But as soon as Hollinsby went that way, Joe's got to win the A-gap. He's got to win A-gap. He doesn't care about this anymore at all. That's an outside that's one of our backers' positions. Okay? Or jobs. All right, one more time. What we're going to see right here, and I can't use these words with little kids, but we have a name for this play. Okay? Here's the thing you need to understand, guys. We teach our kids to have an inside hand down and inside foot back. Okay? Because it makes sense footwork-wise. All right? This is the one time where the tackle knows where he's going. He knows where to step. He knows the count. And he's going to step out, and we're going to step with our inside foot first. So he's got an advantage on us. Okay? He's got all those things going against our defensive player. Okay? I'm going to work outside. I know that I got to do that. I know the count, right? And I know where I'm going. Defensive player doesn't know. So when he steps with this first foot, if he takes another step here, he's going to get pinned. Okay? Bad footwork. So we say, 4-letter word. Starts with S, okay? Right now, we've seen that movement, so we don't want to step here or we're beat. We've got to now step sideways and strut. okay? Now we got a chance. Now we got a chance to work outside, okay? Again, if I take that second step, he takes his steps, he knows where he's going. There's our first step. If I take my second step like this, I'm done. Footwork matters, okay? Footwork matters. If I take my second step, all right, first step first, ready, go, boom, second step, now I got a chance. Now I got a chance, okay? So we're gonna, that's our whole, you know what, footwork, okay? So worst thing that can happen to us, is the reach block. Okay, so it's a reach on 2. Focus on this guy right now. Joe should be getting to plus A. Right here, we're gonna battle this guy as long as it takes all the way to the sideline and not let that guy beat us. Black 8, it's on 2, it's on 2. Black 8, single. Okay, that's what we want. We're good with that. We'll take that all the way. If you understand our defense, as long as we're not getting beat by that block, even if we're even with it and we're pacing it and we're working it, we've got help inside and we've got help outside. So we're fine. Okay? Yes?
Do you ever want to coming upfield?
No, we don't go upfield. Great question. I was going to eventually get to it because it's huge. We don't believe in running up the field on run plays. You run up the field on a run play, it's you versus a kid who's a better athlete than you in space. Does that make sense? If you're a better athlete than me, and I got all this room around me, and I run up towards you, if I miss, he's gone. We want to build a wall. That's our whole philosophy of our defense. We don't care if we make tackle for loss plays, okay? Because that to me is gambling. You're a riverboat gambler, all right? We would rather sit that kid down even if we beat him right away. Let me have you for a second. Let's say I beat him, boom, and I beat him. Now, he falls in the ground. I threw him down. I'm superior physically. I throw him in the ground. He's a ball carrier. If I run up the field and miss, we got bad things happening. He's got to get past here to gain yards. Okay? Does everybody understand that? So we don't run up the field. We play at the line of scrimmage. Okay? You run up the field, people are going to start trapping you. All right? You run up the field, you're going to miss tackles. You run up the field, you create seams, and you put pressure on other people in your defense. So we all believe in where do you fit. Our job is to fit at the line of scrimmage. Our job is to make the ball carrier run to us. If you're running a sweep, okay, and you've got to get past this line, I don't want to attack you here because you're faster than me, you're a better athlete. That's why they're giving you the ball. They're not giving me the ball. If you got the ball and I see that, I'm going to pace you here. I'm going to pace you because you still got to run. You still got to run past this line to get anything. Do you guys understand that? So we settle kids down. We coach the heck out of that. Don't run up the field. Don't run up the field. He's got to come back to you. If you draw a circle and I draw a straight line, I'll meet you there. Now, if you cut back, if I try to run up here and you cut back, I have a hard time being an athlete again, right? And I might create teams. So I want to sit at the line, all right? To show you video of that. I know it sounds weird to some people, okay? Tommy Shutter's playing at Ohio State. His knock, when people were recruiting him, and all these official recruiter guys that do all this research, well, he's not a penetrator. Yeah, I don't tell him to run up the field. At 302 pounds, I could have ran him up the field and caused problems. But you know what? Half the time, there's going to be a gap behind it that's opened up because of that. Okay?
But what if they read pass? How does that?
Then we transition. Okay? As soon as you see hi-hat, go. Now you can go.
So can't they show pass to suck you in and then trap you?
What are we going to do? Show pass? Suck you in? Okay? Our eyes always look inside, right? They show pass. We're going to start working up the field. If we see anything that's telling us that it's not pass, we sit again. We sit. Okay? We don't go up the field. All right? Okay, so that's the idea of the line drill. Okay? So we got pass out of that. We got pass, let them go. All right? And again, eventually no count. Eventually they're not going to know the block that's coming at them, okay? Next thing we're going to do is a nuke drill. So you just stay right there. Let me get 2 guards right here. Okay, you guys be guards, all right? Now, only one coach in 2 different positions, a shade position and a 0 position. So I would have 2 drills going at the same time. I'd have my ends over here running a drill, and I'd watch it, and I'd give them 2 or 3 or 4 reps, and then I would come over here, bang. And right now, these guys, if they're seniors, they should be able to huddle up, call a play, be at the line of scrimmage, or run it when I come over to them, all right? And right now, the defensive ends are doing that, okay? But With younger guys, maybe they're not a lot of leaders, then you can stand behind and give the same hand signals, okay? So you two guys right here are going to double team. This is my hand signal for double team. You two guys double team on one. This is the double team gap. He's going to come into the center and feel this, and as soon as he feels it, he's going to put his body in that gap and work his feet here, forgetting about this guy. We're going to take hands off. We're going to try to get both hands on this guy, and we're going to try to drive the double, okay? If this guy wants to pull, start pulling, and I drive the double, I still can play my gap, but I'm making it hard on him, and I'm pressuring where they want to be, okay? Can you do this in the NFL? Probably not, because Chris Watt comes down on you, you're not going to be able to drive him. So you got to do it with younger guys and smaller guys and high school age or younger. You should be able to have this guy, when he feels a double, get here and now run and basically drive block him. Again, not going up the field, sitting at the line, building the wall, okay? So we're going to do that right now. Double right now. Javon, you stay back, okay? Right here, double. There's my signal for it. On two. Black 8. Black 8. Signal. All right, they move. Point to the ref. They move. Okay, here we go. It's on one. Double on one. Double on one. Black 8. Black 8. Signal. Good. Okay, you got to come out just a little bit more. Now, we haven't done this for a while, right? He was injured a little bit last year. Where did he finish? Where did he finish? He finished up here, right? Okay, so running back makes a move, doesn't like it, comes right back through here because he's up the field. We want to build a wall. We want everything happening at the line of scrimmage. We don't want to penetrate. We don't want to push guys up the field. Okay, we're not offensive players. We're not trying to drive people off the ball. We're trying to build a wall. Okay, double on one. Double on one. Same two guys. Same two guys. Black 8. Black 8. Signal. Good drive. That's all we need. That's all we need. Now listen, this is what we're talking about. Joe, go ahead and take a knee right now. 90% of the time at our level, there's not real double team. It's a combo, and he works over, and he works up. Okay? He's only helping block me until he gets his hips around. That's a combo. All right? So we can't let this guy have that angle on the linebacker. Okay? So what we care about is we care about never letting the doubler get up to the next level. So now he's trying to work up. He can't work up. If this guy works up, first of all, centers are usually the least athletic, okay? And the worst footwork, that's why they're playing center, because they get help. So if this guy runs up the field and tries to block somebody, you know what winds up happening 90% of the time? This is what he does. He goes like this. He goes up here and he goes, and he doesn't do anything. He doesn't block a single soul. So let the center climb. The mallet, the middle linebacker, is now already downhill making plays, okay? Because this guy couldn't get the angle on him, all right? So we're taking away their angle with the double team, okay? All right, next one, okay? Next one right here, we're gonna go double, you guys again, double and pull, okay? Black has got to slide down a little bit, this way, we don't want to run into the camera, okay? Black 8, Black 8, single, good. See what happened right there? That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for this guy to get driven and widened and expanded so that they can't get around on the pull. Okay? All right. Now we're going to go to a tank drill. Okay? We can run base, we can run reach, we can run pass, we can run screen, and we will do those things in the nuke drill, the two-gapper. But now we're going to go out. Let me get a defensive end. Come on over. Let me get a backside puller. Okay? Right over there. Good. Scoot in just a little bit. All right. So now ball is over here. Center's right here. Center's over here somewhere, okay? Backside guard, forward, all right? We got an outside shade, 5 technique. He's gonna take his inside hand, put it here, outside hand here, on a base block and win the line, okay? We can run reach, we can run down block, we can run double down, okay? Double down, where, again, very similar to a double team. This guy goes down, we're gonna squeeze. As soon as we feel pressure, we're not penetrating. We're gonna now shift our focus and we're gonna drive, okay? Because they wanna get around this. We wanna make it expand and make it harder for the ball carrier and the pullers to get around it. Okay, so let's run through a couple different things right now. Let's go base, okay? So you're coming up, blocking a linebacker, stay home on one. Black 8, Black 8, single. Good. Okay, now, if I'm coaching, if it's summer, I'm going to be all over him about his feet stopped. right? He leaned into the guy, he made good contact, and his feet stopped. He didn't speed up his feet, all right? So we gotta make sure we're doing it. Slow feet, bad things happen, okay? You gotta have fast feet. All right, base again on this. You stay, you come up the field. Black 8, black 8, go. Good, now don't run up the field, settle right there. That's as far up the field as we'll ever get. As far up the field as we'll ever get. We're not gonna drive that guy up the field. If we do this, if we think we're offensive players, they just ran the ball right where you were. You understand that? That's why we don't do it, okay? Next, okay? Next, we'll go reach, okay? So it's coming right at the camera right now. Black 8, this is our step laterally or you're gonna get beat. Black 8, go. Okay, if I'm coaching him on in 2 weeks, I'm gonna tell him that his inside hand was bad. Okay, his inside hand wound up being on the back side of this guy. As he reached, he went here. He punched here. That guy's gonna have the advantage. We wanna make sure that we take our hands and when he's coming around us, come on, keep coming. We wanna see what we're hitting. We wanna attack that shoulder. We can't have this hand back here. Okay, where your hand placement is and how your feet work are huge on D-line.